Hi there, my name's Lisa Bentley, and I get to tell you about the Ironman World Championships, which was really my second home for many years. I raced there every year from 1997 to 2007. I've spent probably a combined total of a couple of years of my life there. I spent so much time training and preparing, so you can ask me anything about that course, where to stay, what to do, and I will have some sort of an answer for you for sure. In terms of arriving, I think 10 days out is a great time to arrive. I used to get there about a month early when I was in the peak of my career because I wanted to know every inch of the course. I wanted to be acclimatized. I wanted to do my last hard workouts on the course. But for most people, that's a huge privilege to get there that early. So getting there about 10 days out, get there so that you've got your last weekend before the race to get out onto the course and do a substantial ride, a little bit of a run. You can probably get out for a 3-hour ride and an hour run and see a good chunk of the bike and the run. You can also get into the ocean and have a decent swim as well. So getting there 10 days out. I really like staying out of town. I like to be out of the frenzy of the World Championship venue, and so I spent many years staying out at Waikoloa Village. The Hilton Waikoloa was where I stayed for many years. There's some great shops out there, great restaurants, and you're close enough to Hawaii that you can do that ride the 1 week out from the race right from the hotel there. Just going left on the Queen K, you're right on the course, and you're away from the busy traffic of where a lot of the race is happening, and there's a lot more businesses and people. So I think it's a great safe place to stay as well. Favorite restaurants in town, everyone of course knows Lava Java, great place for breakfast, great view. There's other great little fun places in town. The Kona Brewing Company has great salads, great pizzas, so you'll for sure find something there. But the best tip I can give you is go to Costco. Prices are very expensive in Kona, Hawaii, and so going to Costco and loading up on your particulars for the week so that you can eat in is a huge money saver and time saver. So we actually book our flights so we land and go right to Costco before it closes and stock up and be able to eat through that food, which you will have no problem doing during race week. In terms of the course, the swim, of course, is in the ocean. It's the most beautiful swim you will ever do in your life. You are swimming in an aquarium. It is gorgeous. And of course, there's going to be some chop, but usually it's pretty calm in the morning, but you will find there will be a bit of a current. It's salt water, so you're going to get used to that taste in your mouth. You're going to absolutely want to swim in the ocean in the days leading up to it to get a feel for it. Be careful though, there's a lot of people on the course in the days leading up to it. You can swim in the mornings and have there's a team there that looks after your bag. They'll mark your gear, so it's really quite wonderful to be able to go to the beach in the morning, but it takes a lot of energy. There's a lot of athletes around, so be prepared to feel anxious and nervous because you're going to see all your competitors there. You'll want to get in for, say, a 30-minute swim. It'll end up taking you 2 hours. So be prepared for that. It's a really busy spot. You can swim at off hours, of course, but you definitely want to get in at the time that you're racing so you can see where the sun's at. You can figure out the vantage point when you're swimming back to shore. Ironically though, the transition area looks a whole lot different on race day, and it looks a whole lot different with 3,000 athletes. So what you see in the days leading up to the race changes a lot on race day morning. So just be prepared for that. The bike course, a couple of tips for you. Do some big gear work before you get to Hawaii. It is a big chainring course. It is rolling. There's very little flat on it. It's obviously very windy. People know that. You want to push into the wind. You don't want to spin into the wind. So I highly recommend that you do big gear work. But as I said, it's rolling. There's nothing flat. And when you come back and you're in the latter stages of the bike ride, the last 60 kilometers of the bike ride, that's where the real race happens. Expect the wind to shift around. So if you've had a tailwind going out, you're going to have a headwind going back for sure, but you could also get a headwind going out and a headwind coming back. It's a completely unpredictable course. There was one year I rode 5 hours and 10, and the next year I rode 6 hours, and that's just because of the winds changing, and it was a headwind the entire way. So be prepared for that. I used to separate, move my arm pads a little bit wider so I'd have more of a stable base going into the winds. And so that is going to give you the stability that you need so you can stay aero, but you can control your bike with some of the side wind gusts that happen. The climb to Hawi, big gears. You want to be pushing, you want to sit back in your saddle, really use your quads and your glutes. For the run course, it's a challenging run because you're depleted from the bike ride. You've been just exercising in 80 to 90 degrees of heat. If you sat on the beach for 5 hours, you'd have sunstroke. So you're starting that run without a full tank of gas. So super important to be hydrating really well on the bike. Of course, that goes without saying, but you really cannot miss an aid station on that bike. You've got to drink, you've got to pour water on your head at every single aid station on the bike, and then keep that up when you're on to the run, staying as cool as possible. You get really excited when you're running along a Leahy Drive, and that's wonderful, but hold back. It has got to feel easy. That first 6 to 8 miles must feel easy. Then you do the big climb out of town, and that is really a tough hill out, but expect that. Then you get out into the Queen K, and it is lonely out there. Spectators aren't allowed. Everything you've heard about the course is absolutely true. So you want to see as much of it. You want to learn to love the different parts of the course. You want to be able to hydrate well. You want to have lots of options for fueling. Whatever your fueling strategy is, add 100 calories per hour to the Hawaii Ironman. Your energy level will be way higher. Your energy expenditure, you're going to need more calories. You're going to need more hydration. But the best thing is getting to that finish line and celebrating. One last tip, morning of the race, super busy down there at the race start, so come up with a plan of where you're going to kiss your friends and family goodbye. For me, it was always at this great big Gatorade bottle on the front lawn of the King Cam Hotel, and that's where I'd meet them and say goodbye. I gave myself plenty of time to have those tears, say goodbye, kiss them, and then get into race mode and get down to the race start. It's a great event. It'll give you years and years of memories just racing it once. Embrace it, love it, and see you at Ironman World Championships.